The next rule under authentication and in Article 9 is Rule 902. It's that some evidence is self-authenticating. We've talked about in another video Rule 901, which is when you're authenticating or identifying the evidence. And typically remember the example in 901B1, that is, we're using a witness with personal knowledge to identify the evidence, to prove that it is what it is, De Niro style. It is what it is. It is what the proponent purports it to be. And just think, what is the proponent looking to do with this evidence? What are they looking to call this evidence? Is it just a photograph? If it's just a contract, or is it the contract in the case? Is it the photo that speaks to something on a particular day? The proponent is the one that decides what they are authenticating and what they're identifying. And you really have to patrol that if you're the opponent. Just know for 902 that there are some classifications of evidence where we look at, where is this document coming from? Who's the one responsible for this document, and if it comes through certain entities of the government and has the requisite seal and has the requisite signature, we're going to basically allow it to go forward to go without collecting $200. That it is self-authenticating. It passes through the Article 9 authentication. And here's some examples that are worth talking about. Some kind of public document, a seal that purports to be of the United States or some state or district or commonwealth, and having some signature that, so if it's a swearing in document from the Attorney General of the United States, it's going to have a seal that shows that it's from that office, and it's going to have a signature on it. Well, that's going to be self-authenticating, and you'll see some of these are way overdone and fancy. They'll have seals on them and real stamps on them, or the functional equivalent of Great Britain, and wax that's put on it. A fancy official kind of government document can qualify. There's also some kind of certified copies that come from an official office and its official record, some public office that comes from the custodian or another person authorized to make that certification. So the certification would come along with it, much like you'd have a certification from a business for a business record. You'd have a certification from a government entity and from a custodian for the government entity about some official record that was filed and made part of the public office. So you can think about those having to do with real property and land. There's also just publications, the almanac that shows the tides on different days, the farmer's almanac that might show different dates. Those are official publications, and they purport to come from some public authority, so therefore they are self-authenticating. And the same with certain newspapers and periodicals. You're really looking for to distinguish, is this an official source, or is this some kind of two-bit hack organization? So just know that for 902 purposes, most of the time we're calling a witness with personal knowledge to authenticate something, to show that it is what the proponent purports it to be, that it is what it is. And remember those couple examples under 901 having to do with identifying someone's handwriting or identifying someone's voice, or using the distinctive characteristics of whatever the evidence is to testify about it. But there are other times when you just get to kind of skip authentication because of what the document is. And there's a number of examples in 902, but these are the most often tested.